Now that Theresa May has delayed the meaningful vote on her withdrawal agreement, what on earth happens? Well, today was meant to be crunch day. Today was meant to be the day that Theresa May put her withdrawal agreement to Parliament after 5 days of debating, and they were going to vote on it. She was due, of course, to be roundly defeated by at least 200 MPs or so. And amazingly, yesterday, she came out at 3:30 in the afternoon and gave a statement to Parliament saying she was going to delay the meaningful vote. Quite a bold move, considering she's already spent £100,000 of public money trying to promote the deal to the public. Amazingly, trying to promote it to the public when really it's the members of Parliament that she has to be winning over. She obviously doesn't care what the British public think anyway. So she made this statement and she told the House that she'd listened to their concerns about the backstop. But up until now, I kind of felt like she'd only heard those concerns. Now she was really listening, and she actually received a tweet. There was a tweet posted last night by DUP leader Arlene Foster, and she said, "Just finished a call with the Prime Minister. My message was clear. The backstop must go. Too much time has been wasted. Need a better deal. Disappointed it has taken so long for the Prime Minister to listen." And that she did. She listened. It's amazing that she left it this long, right until the day before the vote. In fact, she sent out ministers as early as 11 o'clock in the morning yesterday saying that it was 100% going to happen tomorrow. And then by 3:30 in the afternoon, she's delayed it and changed her mind. The tweet from Arlene Foster, I can't believe that a single phone call with Arlene Foster was really enough to make Theresa May listen, because she knew all along that she was going to lose the vote. She knew that very well, and I kind of assumed that actually Theresa May was just going through as a matter of principle. What I think has happened here is that Theresa May's received a phone call from Brussels or something like that, and she's been told that there's something new on offer. Although now it looks like actually Brussels is telling her that there's no new negotiating deal. Maybe they called her up and said, we can offer reassurances, which is what she was focusing on in her speech in Parliament. Or I think maybe a group within Parliament, a group within even her own party, might have come to her last minute and said, listen, if you can do this or this, then we'll support you. And of course, she was going to delay the vote and try and do what they ask so she can get those votes. That's what I think's happened, because I give Theresa May a bit more credit, actually. I think she knows what she's doing. I don't agree with what she's doing, but I think she knows what she's doing. And I think she has a plan. Multiple members of Parliament asked Theresa May what she actually meant by going back to the EU. They asked whether they would be seeking changes to the withdrawal agreement or simply reassurances. And the Prime Minister kept saying, no, I'll be seeking new assurances. No mention of a change in the deal. And of course, the EU has told us today, December the 11th, that actually, no, we won't be making any new deal. It got so dramatic in Parliament that you might have seen a Labour MP grab the ceremonial mace. This is an ornament that dates back hundreds of years to the time of the reign of Charles II. It's a sign of royal authority, and it's used in the House of Parliament. Labour MP Lloyd Russell Moyle took this ceremonial mace during the debate, or towards the end of the debate, and tried to leave the chamber holding it. Pretty disgraceful, disrespectful act, but it's something that's been done for many, many years. Only one Conservative Member of Parliament has ever taken that mace, which should not be touched and taken by just the sitting members. It's placed there during the session and then removed at the end. It's just a symbol of royal authority. One Conservative minister, Heseltine, picked it up once when the Labour Party MPs were singing The Red Flag, a communist socialist song. But it's mostly Labour MPs that have done this kind of thing in the past. I think it's pretty disrespectful, but I'm a Conservative, I would say that. So it all went into absolute disarray. It's all going crazy. Nobody knows what's going to happen now. So I thought, let's try and look at what will happen. So in 109 days, we leave the European Union. Regardless of what Theresa May did yesterday, regardless of the vote being postponed, we leave the European Union technically in 109 days, 108 days. Today's postponement is pushing her government dangerously close to that deadline, and technically we'd be forced to leave the EU simply without a deal if we can't come to an agreement by the end of March. But things have changed now, because Parliament aren't going to let no deal happen. No, sir. Dominic Grieve's motion that was put forward simply won't allow that to happen. So the government will just simply be given 21 days to come back if the vote is rejected. The next vote on whatever deal Theresa May comes back with again has to be held before the 21st of January to allow time for it to go through Parliament and be implemented, and other votes be held before we leave. But interestingly, the European Court of Justice announced yesterday that the UK would be able to simply cancel Brexit without the authority and permission of the remaining 27 EU member states. So who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? Theresa May might come back with a deal and it might get passed. Theresa May might come back with the same deal and just some reassurances, and it might not get passed. And if it doesn't get passed, then we might end up with a general election. We might end up with a referendum. We certainly won't end up with no deal, because I don't think that anyone's going to allow that to happen. In short, God knows. Who knows what's happening with Brexit? The whole thing's an utter shambles. And, it's easy to say it's a conspiracy, but honestly, I think Theresa May just knows what she's doing. I think she does have a plan up her sleeve. I think she's going to try and do something. I don't agree with what she's doing, but I think she knows very well what she's doing. She said it before and she'll say it again, I'm sure. This whole deal, this plan, is a compromise. She's trying to unite both sides, and it simply isn't going to happen. If you want to see more from me and the rest of the Rebel team, be sure to download our new app from the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store.